welcome back. So back in July, Mallory Pagnata from Made by Manny and Mal, MBM Elite that I'm a part of, her and I went to Tumbler Con, and we went shopping all over the whole place. It was amazing, and we found the same wrap type floral that we got at Create by Firefly. And we challenged ourselves at that time that we were going to, she was going to create a tumbler and I was going to create a tumbler. We were going to post them at the same time so we could show each other's different style in the way that we looked at the project, or we looked at the vinyl and everything and what it meant to us and that kind of thing. So I'm very happy to show y'all that this is my Blessed Mama tumbler. I will show you exactly how I got this beautiful ombre underneath and how I got this underneath to have this decal that I got from Create by Firefly as well. And I am hosting Thanksgiving at my house this year. If you don't have anywhere to go, you come on down. And so I wanted a tumbler that would be kind of for Thanksgiving, and I could use it throughout the fall. And even I think it feels a little bit like a Christmassy type tumbler, so I think I could use it right into the holidays. So I was very happy with it. But anyways, I hope that you love it, and I hope that you are so inspired by me and Mallory and inspired by the look and the process and all of that. Anyways, I hope you love it. So let's get into it. Now, I am using this paint that I got from Michael's a long time ago. It was on the clearance aisle. It's Martha Stewart, and it's some kind of chalk paint that she did. Anyways, it was cheap, and I don't know, lately I've just been feeling like painting on the inside, but you could definitely take this outside and spray paint it. Any kind of, I don't know. I just picked this color because I was going to be doing kind of a fall neutrally type ombre, so I just picked this color. I thought it would be maybe the best to kind of match all the colors going down. I don't know. Maybe I should have just done white, but I didn't want it to have you know, a white. I didn't want it to have a light background. I wanted it to be a little bit more muted in the back, you know, with the colors and everything. So that's why I did that. So I did put epoxy on this. This is vital to me when you're doing such a huge ombre, a much involved ombre with a lot of colors, that I think epoxy just is the best way to do it, because you have so much working time with this, and you really can, I feel, get the right kind of just placement and everything. You really can take your time when you're doing it with epoxy method. So first I started off with Little Wolf from Peachy Olive Glitters, and I made sure that the top was very covered, right? So like the top rim was covered. And I have not sped this up because I really wanted y'all to see just how slow and time consuming I take this, because I really wanted you to see how you get a good ombre. And how you get a good ombre is you take your time. I mean, I always say it on here. I know y'all are probably, it's a broken record and y'all probably get tired of it, but the more time you take in the beginning, the less time you have to make up for those mistakes, or try to fix them, or just be disappointed in the final product. So after I shook that off pretty well as far as the Little Wolf, I went in with, Hayride, I think is what it's called, from Chase Ray. And this was a new glitter that she had, I think in a pack, or I don't know, but it's new, but it's for the fall. And it is just a really beautiful mix of like gold and kind of like an orangey, peachy kind of color. And I thought it would really blend in well with Little Wolf on the top, and just kind of heading us down the line, down the way in, giving us that really fall looking ombre. And so I kind of just aimed for the middle of that Little Wolf where we sprinkled that on, and just kind of started from there and kind of went down a little bit further. And so, like I said, I'm taking my time and I'm just adding, you know, little bits of the glitter, just kind of almost into the glitter that is there before it, you know, just to kind of make sure that we're getting that perfect ombre look. So now I am going in with, I think this is Coral Essence from Bougie Glitter, and it is a really beautiful, fine coral color. And I thought it would bring out some of that hayride where there's like coral and a little bit of gold. And then you've got the start of that gold, you know, with that little wolf at the top. And this one was more of iridescent. So I thought it would kind of allow for that peachy orangey look to kind of go down a little bit further. And then we can add more colors on top of that. So I kind of just went down the line of all of the colors that I had as far as glitter wise, and just kind of went from lightest to darkest. And I kind of went from like the lightest to this, to the orangey, to this, to the darker, to this, and it just kind of went down the line that way. And I did use a lot of colors on this, but I think in the end, you know, it really allows for you to have just that perfect ombre. This one was Jerk Face, and it is like, it's just, once again, it's a little bit more of a red, you know, peachy orangey. And I thought putting that right on top of that Coral Essence would allow for us to have just a little bit darker going into, you know, as we get darker, basically down the line. So Autumn was in the box previous to this last box in the Peachy Olive Glitters, and it is a real orangey, autumny, you know, red kind of mix of a color. And I just thought, since we were going into that orangey corally color, and then we were going to go into this one, this is how I got there, right? So I looked at Autumn, and then I kind of went a little bit lighter from that to match Little Wolf, because I didn't want to go straight from Little Wolf to the Autumn color. I needed to have a blend of something that was a little bit lighter going into something that was a little bit darker, which was Autumn. So then after Autumn, I went in with, this one was Winifred. I was like, I knew what it was. But anyways, Winifred was a darker, much more vibrant orangey red. And I just knew that it would allow me to go in from those orange colors. And now we're getting into the much darker greens and browns and things like that. And I was real careful in flowing it down the cup, but I was not so careful in how I allowed it to go up to the beginning of the cup, because I did not care. I wanted some of that darker color to go up into the, you know, into those other colors, so that we can have that official ombreing look. So these two were from Chase Ray, and they are called Banshee and Patina. And I don't know why, but I got a little bit confused in the end on which one should go after the, I don't know why. I thought this one was going to be too dark, and I looked at the other one and thought that it was going to be right, and then it was just like way too green, and I don't know what I was thinking, but in the end, it actually kind of worked out, because it allowed for it to have kind of a darker color going into that Autumn. And then we had kind of that green, whichever one it was, Banshee or whatever, I'll have them. Oh yeah, Patina. So Patina was the one that had that kind of amber gold look in there, and that's why I wanted to use that at the beginning, but for some reason it just looked darker. I don't know if it was just the way that brown, it was coming off of that brown, I don't know, but anyways, but it worked out. You really couldn't tell all that much, and it did allow for that kind of autumn color to be at the bottom as well, so it wasn't so green at the bottom. So either way, I think it worked out, but just be careful and like maybe pour it out a little bit just to kind of see what it is if you're a little bit confused like I was. So anyways, that was just my little tip, like just letting you know that I'm only human. So now we start going into a much more, liberal pour, I guess, if you will say. It's going to be more of like just kind of let it go and pour it out and really get a feel for, the glitter, and make sure that you're just really piling it on, because that way you're covering up any spots, any holes, and you're really allowing those glitters to get mixed up. And and I didn't use every single one of the colors, just the ones that I thought I needed to kind of highlight a little bit of, a little bit more. I went in with the patina and kind of covered that with the, over that green that was at the beginning, that Banshee, because I wanted to make sure that we were, getting that color all the way up. So that's basically how you get the perfect ombre. You literally have to take your time. You have to have multiple glitters, especially in a multiple color ombre. You really want to have, a lot of colors that kind of just gradually go into the next colors. And that's how you get just this perfect, kind of fall ombre, right? I mean, fall sunset almost. But anyways, I took it in like a parchment paper, right? And the parchment paper that I was using to catch all those glitters, and I just rolled it up there. It's not really a chunky glitter, any of these, but I just wanted to make sure that we were like really patting it down and getting it nice and smooth before we started to go into our epoxies. So I did put a couple of coats of epoxy on here, sanded it down really good, and then put one nice clean clear coat, because this is you can see there, it's like printed on white, and then it's printed on top of that. And so the rest of it around there has a lot of clear. So you definitely want to make sure that you have a good, clean, clear coat to put underneath it, because you don't want, you don't want it to be messy or sanded or anything, because it is going to show underneath there. So just make sure you have a clean, nice, clear coat before you go in with this particular vinyl wrap. So Mallory and I, we were at Create by Firefly, and we were there like several times. And one time we were just like, forget it, we're just going to get a bunch of stuff. And so we kind of had our hands full, and we were shopping around. And then I said, oh, I looked at that too, and I got it. And she said, I got it. And she goes, what we should do is you do a cup and I do a cup, and then we'll do a video about it, and we'll see, we'll surprise each other like with what we did. And so I'm hoping that we didn't do the exact same thing, which I doubt it, because we do have different styles, and we have different ways of approaching a project. So I'm hoping that you absolutely love hers as much as mine. But anyways, that's where this whole thing came from. And I saw Brooke Tannehill did it as well, and she did it. She thought it was more of like a Christmas look, and I was looking at it more of like a fall, but I think it could really read either way, whichever way you want to go for it. But I was definitely inspired by the fact that I had the Thanksgiving this year, and I really wanted a cup that would kind of really read fall and Christmas. I mean, a fall look, Thanksgiving-y look, with that blessed mama decal that was also found at the same time, and I thought it would go really well. I actually got another one that said thankful or something like that, but I ended up deciding to go with the mama one, because I just thought, I don't know, I'm just proud of being a mama. So I guess if it was for me, I was like, I'm gonna do the mama on there. So as you can see there, I did a wrap just like we've done at any other time. I cut down the middle of the back. I pulled out underneath the, any of the strip of the vinyl that was underneath the, overlapped piece. And I just made it look clean and nice. Now, I wasn't going to do anything with the back. I was just going to let it, be the back of the tumbler and have a line down the back. So I was pretty sure that I wasn't going to like the way that this looked on there without the backing, without something behind it. But I said, you know what, I'm going to try it. It's supposed to be, printed on white, and it's supposed to be able to put it on anything, blah, blah, blah. But I just did not. I just felt like there was a lot going on with the flowers and the ombre and everything in the background. So I looked at the foil. I looked at foils. I looked at different types of foil and kind of laid it over it just to look. And nothing was really, saying that this is the right thing to do. So I went into my vinyl drawer and I found this cream vinyl that I actually got like a collection of it off of Amazon. I was looking for a particular one and then it just came with a bunch and I was like, whatever, I'll just stick them in my drawer and use them for things like this. Anyways, I went into Cricut and I did just an oval shape and I measured from the bottom of from the top to the bottom of that decal. So the decal had like a little swoosh with the mama, the M at the bottom. And so I kind of measured it from those points just so that I could make sure that I was covering most of all of that decal that we needed to cover, right? So that's how I measured the oval. You can unlock the oval in Design Space and you can kind of make it wider and longer, taller and whatever you need. So I also really felt like with the rainbow, that boho rainbow thing, that the oval kind of underneath really just kind of allowed for that shape to really shine. So anyways, I think in the end, it was better to do it this way as well. But like I said, it is supposed to be meant to just put on top of anything, but I have a hard time with that. I don't know why, but I just need to have a bright background for something to show up. But anyway, so I went in with, I did not seal this or anything because they're already sealed. They're already ready to go. And so I just went in with final coats of epoxy. And there she is. Beautiful, blessed mama. Love the ombre underneath. I think it really gives just a feel for fall and just going into that, time of year where it's just things are changing, and I just love the colors in this. I think it definitely reads for the holidays. I can use this for quite some time, I think. Anyways, I hope you enjoy my video. I hope you enjoy Mallory's video. I hope both of them inspire you to the nth degree. And I am one blessed mama. I absolutely love my son more than anything. He drives me crazy, but I love him. Anyways, please like and subscribe and ring the bell. Comment down below. Let me know. Everything is listed below. And I'll see you next time.